GM everyone, Sean here. Have you ever wondered why people like me get so excited about Web3 and the future of business? Well, my goal here at this video is for you to have that aha moment where you can start to see a glimpse of the Web3 future and how it might apply to your business. So buckle up and let's get your Web3 on. To fully understand Web3, we must go through what Web 1 and Web 2 are. Web 1 was the read-only internet. These were static web pages that you could just go to, read, and that's pretty much it. You couldn't do anything else. Web 2 came along and all of a sudden you can interact with the web. You could call an Uber. You could create a Facebook post. You could tweet. There's all this interaction and interactivity that Web 2 brought. Web 2 came with some downsides. It is very, very siloed and very centralized in only about a handful of companies. These are the Apples, the Googles, the Facebooks of the world. They own the internet as we know it today. We call this the read and write internet. This brings us to Web 3. I've looked at so many definitions of Web 3 that it seems like everyone has their own version of it, and it's a little frustrating and so confusing for people that don't understand it. So the one definition that I loved is from Packy McCormick, where he says, Web 3 is the internet owned by users and builders, orchestrated by tokens. Now, it's a little bit more technical of a definition than I typically would give, but I think it is vital that we understand each piece of it. So if you're a little confused, that's okay. Stick with me and we'll unpack it. For the first time ever, we can truly own our digital things, not the big tech companies. This concept of digital ownership is really important, and I want to make sure we hit this home. Think about in the real world, we own a lot of stuff, right? We own coffee mugs, TVs, clothes, but on the internet, we don't own anything. It's pretty weird that we don't get to take our digital stuff with us. Now, you might be asking, what digital things are there to own? Why do I even care? So some examples of digital things that we might own in the future and that we're seeing in Web3 right now are memberships, maybe a gym membership, tickets, event tickets, concert tickets, video game objects, governance rights, preferences, literally anything you do online. All of these digital things that I've mentioned are called tokens. And specifically, they're called NFTs. Now, you've probably heard of NFTs before. There are a lot of really dumb use cases for NFTs, and there are honestly a lot of scams out there for NFTs. Keep an open mind because there are a lot of practical use cases for NFTs that you could apply to your business. For example, in your favorite video game, let's say you own a sword and that sword is an NFT. You're basically given this secret password that only you have. Only you can access this sword because you have this password. No one else can use it, no one else can sell it, no one else can destroy it. Not even the game company itself can take your sword away from you. It is yours because you have this password. So when you go into the game next time and you log in, you'd show them your digital wallet where you hide your sword and you let them, the video game company, see it. They verify that you own the sword and they say, welcome in, you can use the sword here. And the cool part about Web3 is since it's your stuff, you can take that sword to another video game, developed by a totally different video game company. That sword can be used anywhere you want, and that's really cool. Now that we've established that Web3 is all about ownership, what does this actually unlock for our businesses? This is where the second piece of that definition comes into play, orchestrated by tokens. Tokens allow very strong communities to form around ideas. They allow the participants to actually own a piece of the community and reap the rewards for doing some work or providing some benefit to the community. Communities are the cornerstone of Web3, so let's take a look at what they can offer that Web 2 couldn't. Traditional Web 2 companies create a product or service and then build a community around it. Members of those communities are usually limited to posting, sharing thoughts, giving advice. That's pretty much it. Members are completely powerless in these communities. The successful Web3 projects that we're seeing today start with the community, and then together we build the product and service. So the community has some sort of mission, some sort of idea that they love and are latching onto together, and together they come up with what the product and service is. Web3 communities allow members to actually buy in and be a part owner. So when a member performs some sort of work for this community, they can get rewarded. Maybe it's getting paid in cryptocurrency, maybe it's getting paid in US dollars. Communities are the foundation to a successful Web3 business. Looking ahead to the next year or two, I think there's gonna be three types of businesses that we see emerge from all this technology. The first is Web3 native companies. These are gonna be communities that get together around a shared vision and build a product or service around it. The second is an existing Web2 community-based business. Think content creators. They have an audience, they have a community already built in, and they start to layer on some really cool Web3 technologies. And the third is a Web2 native business that does not have a community yet that will add on a community to be a part of this Web3 future. As Web3 investor Chris Dixon said, we are in a new era of the internet where companies are owned and operated by communities, not corporations. This is what gets me so excited about the future of business and Web3. Communities, not corporations. In 2023 here, this is all brand new still. We are still writing the rules of what Web3 is. But I encourage you as a business owner, a business leader, content creator, whatever you're doing, keep an open mind and maybe start experimenting in Web3. This is the leading edge of business and you could be a part of it. My hope after watching this video is that this opens your mind to the possibilities of Web3. I hope that you take that first step into the Web3 rabbit hole. It is endless, and I promise it is going to be a little confusing and overwhelming, but that's why we're here. We're hoping to help you guys get through it. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.